We discussed some of the additional resources that ECP provided that were additive to your existing operations, and I imagine one of the concerns you all had in pursuing a partnership with ECP was control, right? What kind of control am I giving up in exchange for this partnership? Dr. Betz, I'd like to start with you first. Could you just speak to your thought process around that core issue of control and how has it panned out post partnership?
Well, that's a really good question because that was it was a major concern, to be honest. And for those of us physicians that have gone through group changes before, there is a change there that happens, and it doesn't always go over well. In a lot of those, I've been involved with a couple of those in my earlier career where it was like they would come in, all of a sudden the leaders that you knew for years and trusted are gone. They're bringing in different people. Now there's different initiatives, all this stuff it's concerning. And as a doc that's on the front line, it's a little bit disconcerting. Like, wait a minute, how stable is this going forward? That was one thing that, like, when we were looking at ECP, and it was one of the things that we looked at. They said, we are really here to support as opposed to take over. And that took a little explaining when we were trying to talk to the team about what we were looking at. But as we progressed, it's really been that exact thing. ECP has been in the supportive role. We've not had any leadership turnover at all. All of our initiatives that we have on the ground, whether that's culture recognition, all these things that we try to do, have been supported. And in fact, in certain circumstances, they've picked up, other groups have said, oh, we like that. We're gonna mimic that. And that's another thing I want to say is that, with the model that ECP has, we can pull great ideas from each other groups that are working in other parts of the country, which is just a great strength. And so, yeah, I would say the overall feedback I get from the group is that there hasn't been much of a change as far as day to day. There really hasn't been much that they've noticed as far as things that have changed. So there was a little bit of trepidation at first, a little bit of suspicion from some of the docs on the ground. But as it turned out, it was exactly what ECP said. It was really supportive role and not taking over.